Welcome to Expanding Brackets Level 6, one step in a level by level practice course. Pause the video now, try the problems on the screen, and I'll go through them with you shortly. At the end of the video, you can use the end screen to either practice more at this level or move on to a different topic, and you can find topic by topic playlists on the channel homepage. In problem 1, we're expanding 2x plus 5 cubed minus x minus 3 multiplied by 4x plus 1. Now looking at the minus in the middle of the first and second brackets, this is actually a minus 1. And it's important to include this here from the start so that we know that those brackets are being multiplied by minus 1. Now looking at the first bracket, we can rewrite this as 2x plus 5 multiplied by itself and multiplied by itself again, because that's what cubing something does. It times something by itself and itself again. Next, we have minus 1, which I'm going to leave where it is. I'm now going to expand the two brackets at the end. So we can start with x multiplied by 4x, and this gives us 4x squared. And this also needs to go in a bracket because it's still being multiplied by that minus 1. Next, we have x multiplied by 1, which is plus x. Minus 3 multiplied by 4x is minus 12x. And minus 3 multiplied by 1 gives us minus 3. Next, we can start expanding the product of those three brackets at the beginning. So looking at the first two brackets to begin with, we can multiply 2x and 2x together to give us 4x squared. Next, we can multiply 2x and 5 to give us plus 10x. We then have 5 multiplied by 2x, which is plus 10x again, and 5 multiplied by 5, which is plus 25. And we still have the 2x plus 5 in a bracket after it. Next, we have minus 1, and inside this next bracket we can simplify, and we can do this by collecting together the like terms, which are the x's in the middle. So we have 4x squared, x minus 12x is minus 11x, and we have a minus 3 at the end. Going back to the first bracket, we can also simplify this by collecting together the like terms. So we have 4x squared plus 10x gives us plus 20x, and we have a plus 25 at the end, and we still have our 2x plus 5 bracket on the end, and these are now ready to expand in the next step. From the next bracket, we can now expand by multiplying everything in the bracket by minus 1. So we have minus 1 multiplied by 4x squared is minus 4x squared, minus 1 multiplied by minus 11x is plus 11x, and minus 1 multiplied by minus 3 gives us plus 3. Looking at the first two brackets now, we can expand. So we have 4x squared multiplied by 2x, well 4 times 2 is 8, and x squared times x is x cubed, so we have 8x cubed. 4x squared multiplied by 5 is plus 20x squared. 20x multiplied by 2x is plus 40x squared, and 20x multiplied by 5 is plus 100x. We now have the 25 multiplied by 2x, which is plus 50x, and finally 25 multiplied by 5, which gives us plus 125. And at the end, we still have a minus 4x squared, a plus 11x, and a plus 3. To finish simplifying, we now need to collect together all the like terms from this expression. So the 8x cubed is on its own, so we have 8x cubed. Next, we have a 20x squared plus a 40x squared, which is 60x squared, minus a 4x squared. So this gives us plus 56x squared. Next, we have 100x plus 50x, which is 150x, plus 11x gives us plus 161x. And finally, looking at the numbers, we have plus 125 plus 3, which is plus 128. So 8x cubed plus 56x squared plus 161x plus 128 is our final answer to problem 1. In problem 2, we're expanding and simplifying this expression. Now to start, we have a minus at the very front of that first bracket. So I'm going to rewrite this as a minus 1, because it's important to understand that this means minus 1 is being multiplied by the brackets. Now I'm going to leave that minus 1 where it is, and I'm going to start expanding the product of these three brackets by multiplying together the first two brackets. So to start, we have 2x to the power of 7 multiplied by x to the power of 4. And We're going to use our laws of indices here to add the powers when we multiply. So this becomes 2x to the power of 11, because 7 plus 4 is 11. Next, we can multiply together 2x to the power of 7 and 4x squared, or 2 times 4 is 8, and x to the power of 7 times x squared is x to the power of 9. So we have 8x to the power of 9. Next, we have minus x cubed times x to the power of 4, so that's minus x to the power of 7, and minus x multiplied by 4x squared is minus 4x to the power of 5. And after that, we still need x to the power of 9 minus 5x cubed in that final bracket. Now looking at our first bracket, we don't have any like terms, so we can't do any simplifying. So what we can do straight away now is multiply together the two brackets. So we have 2x to the power of 11 multiplied by x to the power of 9, and this is 2x to the power of 20. Again, adding those powers together. We can now multiply 2x to the power of 11 and minus 5x cubed. Well, 2 times minus 5 is minus 10, and x to the power of 11 times x cubed is x to the power of 14. Next, 8x to the power of 9 multiplied by x to the power of 9 is plus 8x to the power of 18. 8x to the power of 9 multiplied by minus 5x cubed. Well, 8 times minus 5 is minus 40, and x to the power of 9 times x cubed is x to the power of 12. Next, we have minus x to the power of 7 multiplied by x to the power of 9. That's minus x to the power of 16, and minus x to the power of 7 multiplied by minus 5x cubed is plus, because two negatives multiply to make a plus, 5x to the power of 10. Finally, we can multiply minus 4x to the power of 5 by x to the power of 9, and this gives us minus 4x to the power of 14, and minus 4x to the power of 5 multiplied by minus 5x cubed, while minus 4 times minus 5 is plus 20, and x to the power of 5 times x to the power of 3 is x to the power of 8. And this all goes in a bracket because it's still being multiplied by minus 1. Now within this bracket we do have some terms which are like terms, so I'm going to leave the minus 1 on the outside and simplify. So first, 2x to the power of 20 doesn't have any other terms that are the same, so we keep that there. Now we have minus 10x to the power of 14, and we also have minus 4x to the power of 14. So we can collect those together to give us minus 14x to the power of 14. 8x to the power of 18 is on its own. Minus 40x to the power of 12 is also on its own, so we can write that in there. Minus x to the power of 16 is also on its own, so we have that in there. The 5x to the power of 10 is also on its own, and the 20x to the power of 8 is on its own as well. So we can't collect together any more like terms from there. The only thing we can do now to finish off is multiply everything in this bracket by minus 1. And if we do this, the effect it has is everything in the bracket just changes sign. So we have minus 2x to the power of 20 plus 14x to the power of 14 minus 8x to the power of 18 plus 40x to the power of 12 plus x to the power of 16 minus 5x to the power of 10 minus 20x to the power of 8. So this is our final answer to problem 2. In problem 3, we're expanding and simplifying this expression. Now here we have brackets inside other brackets, and so the best way to simplify these is to start on the innermost brackets and work our way outwards. Now looking at the bracket that's on the inside of the first bracket, it has a minus in front of it. So I'm going to replace this with a minus 1, which tells me that that bracket is being multiplied by minus 1, and I can now expand it. So we have 3 on the outside, x, and then minus 1 times 2 is minus 2, and minus 1 multiplied by minus x is plus x, and we still have an x minus 1 at the end. We can now simplify the first bracket. So we have 3 multiplied by, we have x plus x, which is 2x. We still have a minus 2 in that bracket, and an x minus 1 after. We can now multiply together the two brackets. So we're going to leave the 3 where it is, and we have 2x multiplied by x, which is 2x squared. 2x multiplied by minus 1, which is minus 2x, minus 2 times x, which is minus 2x, and finally minus 2 times minus 1, which is plus 2. Again, we can simplify this bracket by collecting together the like terms. So we have 2x squared on its own, then minus 2x minus 2x is minus 4x, and we have a plus 2 at the end. Finally, we can expand this bracket by multiplying everything in the bracket by 3. So 3 times 2x squared is 6x squared. 3 times minus 4x is minus 12x. And lastly, 3 times 2 gives us plus 6. So 6x squared minus 12x plus 6 is our final answer to problem 3. In problem 4, we're expanding and simplifying 3x plus 1 cubed multiplied by x minus 4. To start, I can rewrite the 3x plus 1 cubed bracket as 3x plus 1 multiplied by itself and multiplied by itself again. And we also need the x minus 4 at the end. So what we have here is a product of 4 brackets. And a nice way of doing this is to expand the first 2, expand the last 2, simplify, and then multiply the final 2 brackets out. So starting with the first 2 brackets, we have 3x multiplied by 3x. This gives us 9x squared. Next, we have 3x multiplied by 1, which is plus 3x. We then have 1 times 3x, which is plus 3x, and 1 times 1 gives us plus 1. Looking at the next pair of brackets, we have 3x multiplied by x, so this gives us 3x squared. 3x multiplied by minus 4 is minus 12x. 1 times x is plus 1x, or just plus x, and 1 times minus 4 is minus 4. And these 2 brackets are still multiplying each other. Before we can multiply, we're going to simplify, and we can do this by collecting together the like terms. So in the first bracket, we have 9x squared. The plus 3x and the plus 3x can be collected to give us plus 6x, and we have a plus 1 at the end. In the second bracket, we have a 3x squared. The minus 12x and the plus x can be collected to give us minus 11x, and we have a minus 4 at the end. We can now expand these brackets. So starting with 9x squared multiplied by 3x squared, 9 times 3 is 27, and x squared times x squared is x to the power of 4. Again, using our laws of indices and adding those powers together. Next, we have 9x squared multiplied by minus 11x. Well, 9 times minus 11 is minus 99, and x squared times x is x cubed. Next, 9x squared multiplied by minus 4. This gives us minus 36x squared. Moving on to the 6x, we have 6x multiplied by 3x squared. Well, 6 times 3 is 18, and x times x is x cubed, so we have 18x cubed. 6x multiplied by minus 11x. 6 times minus 11 is minus 66, and x times x is x squared. Finally, 6 multiplied by minus 4 gives us minus 24x. Lastly, we can now move on to the 1 from the first bracket. So 1 times 3x squared is plus 3x squared. 1 multiplied by minus 11x is minus 11x. And 1 multiplied by minus 4 gives us minus 4. Now that everything's been expanded, the only thing left to do is to simplify this by collecting together the like terms. So starting with 27x to the power of 4, that's on its own. We then have minus 99x cubed, which can be collected together with plus 18x cubed. And minus 99 plus 18 gives us minus 81. So we have minus 81x cubed. Moving on to the x squareds, we have minus 36x squared minus 66x squared. That gives us minus 102x squared, plus 3x squared gives us minus 99x squared. We now move on to the x's, so we have a minus 24x minus 11x, which is minus 35x, and the minus 4 at the end is on its own. So our final answer to problem 4 is 27x to the power of 4 minus 81x cubed minus 99x squared minus 35x minus 4.